Hello, good morning, students. We have studied till now some of the biographical elements of the essayist A.G. Gardner, and we have been gone through some of the, we can say, a sort of writing style, uh, um, which have been implied by the essayist in his essays. All right. So yes, I think we have completed one paragraph. One paragraph or two. Yes, one paragraph from this essay. And yes, let's revise what this paragraph was all about. Okay, so yes, writer, essayist, he is writing about the fellow traveler. Okay, fellow traveler. Writer was actually he was traveling in train, and yes, he was traveling in train, and there was some another person who was also traveling with him in the train, and he has written the essay about that traveler. All right, so yes, we can see he has a sort of anecdote. This is a sort of anecdote, some personal anecdote, which we have seen as one of the feature of writing of A.G. Gardner. All right. So yes, in this paragraph we have studied that he was talking about a train which was stopping. All right, it was some this sort of train which do not care about it was a massive train who was traveling the way it wants. Okay, it was stopping in stations. Okay, so yes, it was a sort of train which gives you an understanding of eternity. Getting it? It was a really long journey, and yes, when they started the journey, it was tolerably full, but since it was stopping in the mid stations, all the majority of the travelers they left the train, and till the time they reached or they left the outer ring of London, writers thought that he was all alone in the train. Okay, so it was this feeling of freedom he feel when he was alone. Getting it? So yes, he is saying that when you are alone, you feel this pleasant sense of freedom, because it is this liberty that you can do anything you want without any disdains. Okay, so yes, you can do anything. You can talk to yourself. You can do whatsoever you wanted to do. You can stand on your head. You can dance. You can sing. You can do everything. Okay, so you can dance, you can stand on your head, or you can sing, you can do anything you want to do. Okay, he's saying that you can even practice golf stroke, play marbles on the floor, or do anything without any sort of hindrance. All right, so nobody is going to stop you. Okay, if you want to open the window or you want to shut it, you can do whatever you wanted to do. And yes, you can lie full length on the cushion, enjoy the luxury of breaking the regulation. Okay, we were talking about DORA. Okay, so yes, this DORA was a sort of law or act which was enacted in 1914. It was a way of controlling citizens, okay, their behavior. Okay, 1914, it was the time of World War I. Okay, so government, they were trying to control the behavior of citizens. Okay, that's why this DORA Act, this was Defense of the Realm Act. Okay, it was imposed on the citizens of Britain. Okay, so there were basically many restrictions, that what a person could do or what do not. There was these restriction made on them regarding the behavior they can do in the public places, especially on the railways. Okay, that's why this act DORA has been imposed on them. All right, so we have studied till here. Okay, so we are going to study this paragraph or one or paragraph or two today. So yes, on this night I did not do any of these things. Okay, so he is just basically saying that when you have this liberty, okay, that you are alone, you can do anything you want to do. But he did not do any of those things that night. They did not happen to occur to me. What I was much more ordinary. What I did was much more ordinary. Okay, when the last of my fellow passenger has gone, I put down my paper, stretched my arms and legs, stood up, looked out the window on the calm summer night. Okay, through which I was journaling. Nothing the pale reminiscence of the day that still lingered in the northern sky. Getting it? So he's like, I haven't taken any liberties of the loneliness which I have received. The pleasure of loneliness, I haven't done anything like that. But instead of that, what I did was much more ordinary. I do nothing. When last of my fellow passenger they have gone, he put down his paper, he meant the newspaper, and yes, he just stretched his arms and legs, stood up, and he just looked outside the window. Okay, and he was just enjoying the weather. It was the calm summer night. Okay, through which I was journeying. Okay, उसकी जो जर्नी थी वो एक calm summer night थी. All right. And what has left, he was just noting the pale reminiscence hota hai, that things which are left behind. क्या पीछे रह गया था? The day, the reminiscence of day, they were pale reminiscence. Okay, so yes, it was now he was journeying from, like, it was the long distance and the day has passed, and what has left is the reminiscence of the day which was still lingering in the northern sky. So he is just basically enjoying the pleasure of the weather or the atmosphere around him. It was the calm summer night and he was just looking outside of the window. All right, so yes, let's see the next slide. Okay, so he was just lingering outside in the northern sky, crossing the carriage and looking out of the other window, sat down and began to read again. Okay, so he does not do anything. Okay, he does not stand on his head, or he started acrobating or acrobite, or right, like he started dancing or singing. He does not do things like that. He just watch outside the window, and he looked outside and he sat down, start to reading or began to read again. And it was then that I become aware of my fellow traveler. Okay, he said that it was then when I become aware. Okay, just imagine the situation, and he started dancing all on its own, and suddenly he realized, okay, there is somebody else, and how ashamed he would have feel at that moment. Getting it? So yes, so he said that it was this time when I become aware that there was some other passenger or some other traveler sitting right there. He came and sat at my nose. Okay, he was one of those wingy, nippy, intrepid insect that made a tour of the compartment, investigated its three dimensions, visiting each window, fluttering around the light, decided that there was nothing so interesting that the large animal. Okay, so he come and sat on my nose. Okay, so there was some fellow traveler who came and sat on my nose. Getting it? He was one of those wingy. Okay, wingy means it was a fellow who has wings, and he was nippy. Nippy means he was very fast, he was speedy. And intrepid is somebody who's you can say who was very brave, who is fearless, who's very bold insect. Getting it? So his fellow traveler, it was some wingy, nippy, intrepid insect. Okay, so he is not talking about some passenger or some human. He was rather talking about some insect. I mean, we are not clear to this point that which insect he's talking about. So this insect, this fellow traveler, he's come and sat on his nose. All right, so he was one of those bold insect. What he has done, he has made a tour to the compartment, investigated its three dimensions, visiting each window, fluttered round the light, decided that there was nothing so interesting as that large animal. Okay, as the large animal in the corner come and had a look at my neck. Getting it? So this was this insect who was his fellow traveler, um, and he was very bold. He has measured each dimensions of the compartment. He visited every window, everything, and then he decided that each and everything that is around, it is not interesting like the large animal. Who is this large animal? It is the essayist. Okay, so he said he find that nothing is as interesting as this large animal, and he took at my neck. So yes, I flicked him off again. कहते कि मैंने उसे क्या करा, फ्लिक्ड कर दिया, ठीक है, भगा दिया. He skipped away, took another jaunt round the compartment, returned and seated himself impudently on the back of my hand. All right. So, okay, this is your homework. What can be possible insect this is? Which insect is this? Okay. So, उसने क्या करा, उसने फ्लिक किया, ठीक है, उसने उसे भगाने की कोशिश करी, एंड ही स्किप्ड अवे, ठीक है, दोबारा एक राउंड लगाया कंपार्टमेंट का, एंड रिटर्न एंड ही सीटेड ऑन वेयर बैक ऑफ माई हैंड, ठीक है, हाथ में बैठ गया. इट्स इनफ, आई सेड. Magnanimously has its limits. ये मैग्निमिनियस होता है जो दयालु होता है, उदार होता है. कहता है कि इट हैज़ इट्स लिमिट्स. ओके, यू कैन नॉट बी मैग्निमिनियंट all the time. Twice you have been warned, and I am some of in particular that my august person resent the tickling impertinence of stranger. Okay, I assume the black cap. I condemn you to death. Okay, justice demanded, the court awarded. The court against you are many. You are vagrant, you are public nuisance, you are traveling without a ticket. You have no meat coupon. For these many misdemeanors, you are about to die. Getting it? वो कहता है कि magnanimous की there will be limits. You've been warned twice. Okay? तो कहता है कि तुम्हें 2 बार warning मिल गई. Okay, so this is really funny conversation. He's making a conversation with this insect, and he's like that magnanimity has its limits. Okay, twice you've been warned. Okay, that I am someone in particular, that my august person, august is someone who is noble. That I have this nobility, that resent, okay, that disagree, that express a displeasure on your tickle, okay, this tickling impertinence. Okay, impertinence is that when you have no manners, okay, when you are ill mannered. Okay, so he is just saying this to an insect, and he's saying that you lack manners. Okay, and what you are doing, that I am magnanimous, but I am a noble person, but that's enough. You've been warned twice, but you are just testing my patience. You are a person who is full of ill manners, and I express my displeasure. I assume the black cap. I condemn you to death. Assume the black cap, that I am a judge here. Okay? Okay. I condemn you to death. I declare death. I declare you to hang till death. Justice demanded, the courts awards it. Justice is prevailed here. Okay, there is a great need of justice, and court ने क्या करा? Justice has been awarded. The courts against you are many. You are vagrant. You are a public nuisance. You do not have a ticket. Neither you have a meat coupon. Okay, okay, you can understand it. Which insect eat meat? Which insect is that? He's not literally eating meat. Getting it? I think you get some idea that which insect is this. For these and many misdemeanors, you are about to die. Getting it? So yes, this is the homework of. This is your homework. Now just tell me which insect the writer is talking about. All right. We'll continue this essay in the next lecture. All right. So yes.